The following is a special presentation of the Georgia Tech Cable Network.
Hello and welcome to On the Flats. I'm your host, Ariel Thilenius. What's in a name? Nathan Rakkit, a sophomore leader on the Georgia Tech tennis team, seems to have picked the right sport to go along with his name. I sat down with Nathan to discuss what it's going to take to lead the team to victory in the upcoming season. Well, Nathan, it's great to have you here today.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Now, tell me a little bit about where you're from and why you decided to come to Tech in the first place.
Sure. Well, I'm from Marietta, Georgia originally. Lived there for about 12 or 13 years before coming here. Then actually this summer before I decided to come here, when I started talking to Kenny Thorne, the men's tennis coach, my family decided to move to Washington, D.C. So, it kind of happened upon me that I could be away at school but home at the same time. So that really sparked my interest, and obviously the academics and the coaching is just second to none.
Well, that's interesting, your family going so far away, so close to you being right here.
Yeah.
When did you first decide that tennis was a passion of yours or that you got interested in it?
Well, my last name's Rakkit, so I didn't really have a choice. But no, I started when I was about 3 or 4, just my parents, every summer they would, play in a local league, and I kind of stuck around after their matches and would pick anything up, and I think that's where it really started.
So something that was just always around. So obviously you played in high school. How would you say that the high school level of tennis kind of prepared you for the collegiate level?
Well, I was actually homeschooled on all of high
okay.
school, so it was a little bit of a different path, becoming more common nowadays. But definitely the junior level, it prepares you, but then when you get to college, it's definitely a bit of a shock at the same time. In individuals, or in juniors, it's very individual. You're out there by yourself. The level is, what you think it should be, and then when you get to college, all of a sudden you're competing against seniors who have been here for 3 or 4 years, and you have coaches and people yelling, and it is
a whole different playing field.
Absolutely,
or
it is.
Court in this case.
That's for sure.
Now, I know you led last year. You led the team in singles victories with 22 victories. Talk about the struggle and the challenges you were able to overcome to make it into the lineup as a regular during your freshman year.
Well, when I was recruited, I don't know if I was recruited as one of the top guys, to play in one of the top spots in the team. So I took that upon myself in my senior year of high school to really just day in and day out do my absolute best on and off the court. And then, I kind of hit the ground running coming into the fall season. Really, try to latch on to everything the coaches had to say. And then when the spring season came along, a couple of injuries kind of plagued us. I was kind of thrown into a position that none of us were really expecting, and I came out of it alive, I guess.
That's good. We're all thankful for that. Now, of course, the phrase student-athlete, student is just as important as the athlete part. How do you balance kind of tennis and academics at the same time?
Well, first semester, coming from homeschooling for all of high school, it was definitely tough. The first couple tests, first couple months were just rough. I really didn't have my schedule down, and so the first semester was rough. But after that, I found my rhythm. I found my my rituals that I would go to, certain positions, certain spots on campus that you study, or timing of things, and that's really it. Just sticking to a ritual.
And they say once you get past your first year, then it gets a lot better. Would
That's
you agree with that?
what they say. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, this semester's going a bit smoother.
Good, that's good. Now that your doubles partner has graduated, what kind of adjustments do you think you'll make, and do you think there's a way that you can kind of exceed, last year's matchup this year?
Yeah, it's pretty wild this year how we only have, a couple of juniors, some sophomores, and all of a sudden I'm one of the older ones in the team. So Eduardo Segura and I have really, been working together to try to help lead the team. It's definitely tough. We've only had, minimal experience really, but all of a sudden we're thrown into the leadership positions. But it's been good. Really, really talented class of freshmen coming in. Cole Fiegel has done a tremendous job the first couple months, really, really improved. Carlos Benito has done just a phenomenal job, really latched on. Will Showers, he's been out with mono for a little while, but he's getting back on court soon, so we look forward to him doing some big things as well.
That's good, and just like you mentioned, you do have a very youthful, very young team. How are you going to overcome that youth as it is a struggle?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, they're very talented, but talent only gets you so far. It's for sure they really need to latch on to what Kenny and Derek have to say on the court. And I expect incredibly big things from them, as well as the older guys in the team. I guess we have to step up and try to replace what Juan Spear and Juan Melion did so great last year.
Okay, well, great. So what are your plans off the court for this year?
Well, the fall season's almost over, which is pretty scary. Time is flying. Spring semester, very, very tough. Every weekend we're traveling. I think we have 2 weekends off, so it's really trying to find the time to relax. Everybody in the team has different personalities. Some guys are crazy and love to go out and stuff. Other guys like to stay in and prefer to study or watch a movie or something. So it's really, I think I'm one of the more relaxed guys. I like to take my time and appreciate the moments that I can just be quiet with myself. So that's what I'll be focusing on for sure.
And I know you've still got some time, but do you have any plans for after graduation?
That changes every day. You ask me that tomorrow, I'll give you a different answer. But really, I mean, opportunities are endless. I mean, I'm majoring in industrial engineering, so hopefully that gives me a few opportunities after school, whether I prefer to play some tournaments and try the pro tour out or go into the working world. We'll see.
Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Nathan.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We've got a few more months until we'll see players on the court, but that hasn't stopped Nathan for preparing for the upcoming 2014 tennis season. We wish him the best of luck. I'm your host, Ariel, and thank you for watching On the Flats.